Oh.
There's a battle that begins.
We're going to be visiting Audra today. First. Nice to meet you.
Every time photographer Madison Thorne.
It's daunting, I know.
It is a little daunting. I feel very official.
You are very official.
Meets her next subject.
Ready when you are, darling.
Her task, to reveal the stories behind these faces. Armed with just her camera.
Just photograph them outside their home.
And her compassion.
Oh, that's gorgeous. They're your neighbors. They're part of your community. How's that look?
It looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There was nothing that you could tell that made us any different. All right, breathe. The second person we're meeting today is Jesse. Better?
Yeah.
When Madison's job as a concert photographer disappeared during COVID-19,
It's great.
like so many others out of work, Madison
Nice.
shifted focus.
You've matched the chair beautifully. It's like you totally planned it.
But with her studio now outside, she's taking pictures
These are excellent.
with a purpose. An idea born from what she saw during the recent protests.
This is what democracy looks like.
Not these protests, but these ones.
These were the protesters that maybe a week or two into quarantine demanded that businesses reopen.
On the news, she saw a message written on a sign someone was holding.
But this has gone on too long.
Sacrifice the weak.
It caused this feeling of isolation, and on top of that, you have people trying to tell you that you're not worth anything.
Madison has type 1 diabetes.
I'm high risk. My type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease, so that puts me in that category.
Which got her thinking.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just been a lot to think about the last few days.
How could she best fight the battle of people just not understanding?
That was a major thing with the autoimmune issues.
I think I'm doing better. And then the next day I'm like, oh, just kidding. There's another corner it was hiding in.
When I started to interview people who are also high risk, so I'm gonna go back to a couple of the things we talked about yesterday. I realized that we're far from alone. Tell me what you think. No weirdness, you know?
Her work is
Okay,
called
cool.
the High Risk Humans Project, telling the stories behind the faces that are usually behind masks.
You can't just look at them and think high risk.
At each stop,
This is a good day.
This
That's
is an
excellent.
unusually good day.
she listens.
Such a small act, but it's an act of kindness at this point, to listen to people's stories. Absolutely.
What she hears is a community, many choosing to stay home, but begging to be seen.
I think it's really important for people to see that the weak, the chronically ill, the elderly, we're all people.
I'm hoping that by the end of it, maybe this whole pandemic experience can bring us together at the end instead of pulling us apart like it has been.
And that, Madison says, is the point behind each smile.
And I try really hard to get those smiles. You know, I'm completely goofy, as you know.
Each story
You know, I have notes and notes and notes and notes and notes.
ends
and
up on
notes
her
and notes.
High Risk Humans website.
I'm Brett Ryan Stewart.
My name is Mark Gonzalez.
My name is LaWanda Hurley.
Not to be seen as someone at risk because of COVID,
I'm high risk because I have chronic hypertension.
I'm a recording engineer and a music producer, songwriter, and I have type 1 diabetes.
I'm also high risk because I'm a little overweight plus some change.
but as a father,
Just the look on my daughter's face, talk about caring and love. That was the one that really stood out to me.
a husband,
Obviously the one with my wife.
someone loved.
You look at each person, you say, oh, that's my uncle, that's my nephew, that's my grandma, that's my auntie, and all these people are worth saving.
Months removed from the sign that urged this city to sacrifice the weak,
Like, you deserve compassion and empathy for the person you are today, regardless of what you're going through, because you're a human.
Madison says she's found the best match against indifference in the words of her subjects themselves.
Certainly love is the component here that's going to get us through it.
Showing love for one another, for your neighbors, for your family, for your community.
We are all in this same boat together. We're all in here together.
In this battle against COVID, a vaccine will soon have its place. But in Madison's view, a little love can also give us a fighting chance.
If one person goes to the website and looks at the photos and chooses to lead their actions with empathy, you're changing the world.
Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.